At ease. It's your boy Soul Immortal. You know, I don't think it's a secret that what I want for myself is the exact same thing that I want for my brothers. You know, that's why, you know, I'm always talking about the same books. That's why I'm always quoting the same quotes, you know, James Allen, as a man thinker, you know, it's because I want brothers to hear the exact same data that I was treading through, you know, reading the exact same books that I was treading through when I found light in life, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk about, you know, outwitting the devil, when I talk about what drifting is, you know, just living life aloof. When I talk about the only way to combat drifting is to be a man of definite purpose, I think brothers understand that. I think brothers have no problem taking that information and having a full understanding of what I'm saying, right? But what I think most brothers do, and I'm saying that is because this is what I did for the longest, I think brothers have a hard time understanding when they're in the mode of drifting, you know? And what all brothers need to understand is that if you just focus on your target and commit, brother, worlds will open up into you.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
Find your target and commit, brothers. So why do I think most men have a problem with committing? Well, you got to look at how most men move nowadays. You got to understand that most men are afraid to be leaders. Not even that. Most men are afraid to walk the path alone, whether they're leading somebody else or not. And you can see that by the way men move. Look at the social media trends. You know, one day it's all about being an alpha male. So all of a sudden men are beating their chest, showing this pseudo aggression, you know, interacting with women different because they assume it's supposed to, you know, and that's the way every man was moving. 2 days later, now everybody wants to be a high value man. You have brothers hanging up the hoodies, hanging up the whatever they were doing. Now they're suited up and whatever. Not saying that there's wrong with that. You know, I'm all about men finding their tribe and moving that direction. But when you see the multitudes of men just jumping from ship to ship on whatever is trending, that lets you know that the majority of men are drifting. That lets you know that the majority of men aren't laser focused on their lifestyle, their goals, and aren't committed to anything. You know, so if men are in that mindset, think about how men are moving when they're searching for their purpose. These are the guys that jump on every single bandwagon. One day they're Amazon drop shifters. The next day they're stock investors. The next day they're this. These men aren't laser focused. These men aren't committed to anything. And if you aren't committed to purpose, you have to be a man that's drifting. You have to be a man that's drifting. You know, you can see this, or I've seen this, you know, in the multitude. I remember this. I remember when I was a hiring manager some years ago, man, and I could look at, you know, I could be looking for, you know, a certain amount of drivers or whatever, man, and guys come in, applications stack like high, you know, like crazy, right? And I noticed a trend. I see a lot of men that, you know, even from their youth, from 17, 18, they will get a job. You know, they might get on at Foot Locker, right? They're there for about 2 or 3 months and they quit. Now they're going to work at Finish Line. You know, they worked there for about 6 months and they quit. Now they're going to work at Champs. You know, they quit that, and, you know, they quit that job. And you will notice that trend throughout their whole career. Even when they change industries, you see that same trend. And these are men that just really can't commit to anything. Can't commit to anything. You have to understand, brothers. You have to understand that whatever your life is giving you is what's on the inside of you. It is what you're creating. I'm like there's nothing, there's no demand, there's no the universe is doing something extra. Whatever your world is doing is what you're creating. So if your world is all to the left one day and all to the right, and you're looking around and see everybody moving a certain way, but yours isn't, It's saying that you're not committed to anything. Because if you were committed to a thing, man, that world will be coming into fruition on a regular basis, man. On a regular basis. You have some people that all they talk about is finding peace in life. Like, you know, like I don't need cars, I don't need homes, I don't need none of this stuff. I just want peace. And that's a beautiful space to be in, I can tell you. But it's like, okay, all you want is peace. That's what I hear you say. But what are your moves like? You know, where's your target at? What are you committed to? In other words, what are you doing? Where are you hanging? What are you listening to? You know what I'm saying? Because if you aren't committed to a life of peace, there's no way you can get it. A person that's committed to a life of peace is entertaining nothing but peaceful things. You know what I'm saying? And if you're preaching peace, if you're looking for peace and you haven't found it yet, it's saying that you aren't committed to peace. It's saying that peace isn't your target. Even financially, man. A lot of guys set financial goals and, you know, they'll write it down. It's on their goal sheet. It may even pass through their meditations at times, but they're not focused on it. They're not committed to it, because if a man was, it would be the world that represents him. You know what I'm saying? They're focused on going and spending the money to look like everybody else. They're focused on, you know, going to the casino, throwing money away. At the same time, they're trying to get their finances right, but they're focused on balling, splurging. You know what I'm saying? They're doing no activities. You know, in other words, they're showing no signs of focus and commitment. But they're looking around like, man, why is everybody else winning and I'm not? Like, these are my goals. If it's not in your moves, if it's not your target, it's not your goals, brothers. It's not your goals, man. Even when it comes to women. I know there are a lot of guys. That I talk to, man, that, you know, they've accomplished certain goals in their life, and now they're saying, man, I'm looking for a woman. Whether it's a long-term, just solid relationship, you know, whatever you call it, or a marriage or whatever. They say, I'm looking for a 5% woman, you know, 1% woman to be in my life. Guys, make sure you drink your pomegranate, man. And that stuff has some health benefits like crazy. And your woman will thank you, right? So guys will be saying, I'm looking for a 1% woman. But it's like, brother, okay, if you're looking for this type woman, you have to be committed to this type woman. And I'm not talking about woman in particular. I'm not talking about a woman. I'm talking about a frequency of women. If a man is saying, I'm looking for this 1% virtuous woman in my life, you can't entertain anything except that. You know what I'm saying? You can, in other words, you can't put any ounce of energy in any woman that doesn't vibrate there. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you can't be saying that, but on the weekends, you going down to, you know, Bella Noche's. You going down to Coco Pellis. You know what I'm saying? And you looking for the ratchet of the ratchet. You looking for the longest nails, longest hair, pink, you know, whatever, you know, ratchetest woman. But you're preaching, I'm looking for this 1% woman. It's in your actions, brother. That means you aren't laser focused. That means you have no target. That means you're drifting in that department. But I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I know the word says, I believe it's Matthew. It says something like, and I'm going to butcher it, something like, you know, a man's treasure is where his heart is, or something like that. A man's treasure is where his heart is, or vice versa. It's one way or another. Y'all know which one I'm talking about, though, right? That lets you know, man, you look at your actions. You look at your actions as opposed to the goals you've written down. And you have to say, you know, which one of these are, are both of these matching up? Are my goals my truth? You know what I'm saying? Is that my target? Is that what I'm committed to? And I'm telling you, brothers, if you look at this and truly analyze it, truly be honest with yourself, man, you'll find a lot of your problems, man. You'll find a lot of your problems. And I'm saying that because that's what I did. I had to look at my goals. I had to look at my life. And I said, bro, something is not matching up. Like, I'm saying one thing, but I'm moving a different way. It's because I wasn't committed. I wasn't committed to my future. I wasn't committed, to my target. I was drifting. So I'm telling you, brothers, again, man, Like I said at the beginning, man, I want the exact same thing for my brothers as I want for myself. You know, when I talk about the path from going to be, you know, being from, you know, living aloof to getting on your purpose, man, when I made the path, brother, I broke this down to crumbs because I wanted brothers to know exactly what I experienced and see how to get on that path, man. When I made Beautiful Faces of Evil, I wanted brothers to say, you know what, brothers, look what I did wrong. Look at me so you don't go down this road, man. I want the same thing for my brothers as I want for myself, man. The exact same thing, if not better. If not better. And I was just chopping up with a brother this morning, man. And we were talking about that, man. Networking and us building together, doing some major things. Brothers. And again, man, I'm not saying that people shouldn't find their tribes. Because right now you have people just going every which way. People are just scattering. I'm talking about the mentality of people. People are all over the place. All over the place. People don't know which way to go, man. And then you got these things taking place in life, you know, in the world right now that's making it harder. Brother, what I'm saying is this. Find your truth, man. Find your truth. Make it your target. Commit to it. That means anything outside of that, you can't entertain it, man. There's not a brother on this planet that calls me not talking about anything that I'm not talking about on these videos. Anybody that engages in conversation with me on the phone, whether we're making a Zoom, it has nothing to do with anything outside of what I'm talking about in these videos. You hear me say it all the time, man. I could care less what the Lakers, what the Mavs doing, with the Chicago, anybody, man. Like all this other stuff, man. Even this stuff in the news, I don't even care about it, bro. I got a text the other day talking about Afghanistan. They were saying, what I think about Afghanistan? I was like, I don't think none of it. And then I started hearing later on that some stuff was going on over there. Brother, I'm telling you, anything that's not associated with my goal, I could care less about it. I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm telling you, and that's how you have to be focused on your life, your truth, your goal, and you have to be committed to it, brothers. I can't say it enough times, man. I can't say it enough times, brother. Find your target and commit to it.